All right, let's do this. I feel like I got to give a little disclaimer. I'm still getting over a cold. If I sound like, I'm still sick. I am.
Nasally.
I am, yeah. This cold is crazy, man.
Yeah, it's always the last to go. Coughs and the mucus is the last to go.
Look, I said this 2 or 3 podcasts ago. Like, I have a weak immune system.
That's right.
But
I remember.
Man, when the real one hits,
Mm-hmm.
because I have a lot of like false flags in the whole sick thing. Like sometimes I'll just feel like
it's gonna be one of those ones,
and it's not. But then this one obviously was. This one derailed so much. Look, somebody was telling me like when you get sick, you need to go to the hospital because you're immunocompromised or whatever, right? Because you can get over it a lot sooner. They can give you antibiotics or whatever, like because your colds just hit different, right?
Yeah.
I'm starting to take that more and more serious. I feel like that's just an age thing. When you're young, you don't care about nothing.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, I'm gonna be here forever.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna beat this.
Yeah, no matter what, right? But
for sure.
This cold.
Yeah. Until you find one that lays you down.
This cold, man, derailed so much. So much, man. Like, I was getting ready to go on, like, a crazy diet, workout regimen, all this and that. And I had all this, like, ambitious before Christmas. And my birthday's at the end of the month. Oh, this is my birthday month. I'm going to start acting like you bitches. You know what I'm saying? It's my birthday month. Show me love. You know what I'm saying? It's all month.
No,
Can't be mean to me. It's my birthday month. No, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to grind super hard.
The cold said, I don't give up about that birthday month.
Fuck y'all birthday, but we cussed in the first 2 minutes.
I bleeped mine out. You cussed in the first 2 minutes.
Hey, listen, to all the listeners out there, yo, I'm trying to get myself out of this damn hole.
Yeah. Maybe we should click the button that says 18 and up only. Maybe we should just start doing that. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, whatever we got to do. I didn't realize how serious this YouTube stuff was.
Yeah, they kicked it up this year.
Man.
I'm kind of glad about it.
I don't like it.
Well, yeah. For your podcast, I could see all the restrictions.
My bad. Elaborate on what you're going to say.
No. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
No, there's a lot to not like about it because, like we said in one of the episodes we did, we were talking about creativity-wise, you kind of have to let yourself rock. And sometimes the natural flow for you is like a lot of cussing, a lot of whatever. So it's like it's your natural whatever. There's a place for it on YouTube.
I didn't even think about the cussing until my sister said that my niece can hear me. And I was like,
yeah, you told me that. And I was like, oh, well, then don't play it around here.
I know, right? Like, get your AirPods on, bitch. Nah, but I started actually, like, when I listened, you know how sometimes you hear somebody gives an opinion and then you go back and you check it out with that new knowledge of that opinion and you're like, damn, I do.
Yeah.
Kind of cuss a lot, but
yeah, I actually do know what that is like.
But here's my thing with the whole YouTube restrictions is they just assume they know what I'm saying.
Oh.
Or anything that you talk about, like I get that there's young kids on YouTube and I think there's something that they need to do about that. Because I remember when I was young and the internet was coming to life.
Yeah, freshly a new thing.
Yeah, I remember that we would try to, look at. I wouldn't dare say it. We would try to look at corn.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But it was kind of hard to do it.
Yeah.
And you'd always get caught. Like there would be something you left behind and your
the search
parents,
engine.
whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Like there was just a pop-up would show up or whatever it is.
No.
Yeah, like because it was always the family computer. Nobody had their own computer. You had to fight for the computer, yo.
Yeah.
But I remember that it was somewhat difficult, but somewhat very easy. Now, there's somebody that's very close that posts pictures that are provocative, but she's in the family circle. Yeah, and to her it's fine. Like her kids aren't of age yet. And I'm talking about like on Instagram, right?
Right.
But other family members' kids are. Oh. And it's kind of like this awkward thing. She doesn't care. Clearly. She don't care. Like, it's like, yo, dude, what? Just post my ass on IG. What are you gonna do about it? But everybody else is kind of like, unfollow Auntie Nana or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or mute.
And it creates this weird thing because it's like, is it 18 in up content when it's just a bikini? Or is it not? You know what I'm saying? That's the weird thing. That's where you females kind of get weird with me. Is like, if you have family on there,
don't be doing that.
What are you doing? Like,
yeah.
Please.
I was just gonna say, I feel my heart. I have a heart and understanding for a female who approaches Instagram that way, because there's many females who approach it that way. So it's like, quote unquote, normal. Right?
Yeah, it's definitely normalized.
You know, normalized. 100%. There you 100%. Go. You know what I mean? So I can kind of see how it's like a woman could not see like anything wrong with it. It's like, dude, then get off my IG.
Oh, her attitude is, then don't follow me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
To some degree, I can understand that. But me personally, I would agree with you.
It's awkward, man.
Yeah, awkward.
Like, it's awkward. Like,
a little bit.
I don't like the kid thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely look. This may sound crazy, but I would be in a dilemma if I had kids, because I would be like, you know what? I would, like, let's say they let us vote on a law, right? Somebody was like, check this out. All the statistics, the scientists, the studies, they all say that this is damaging to a young child's developing brain or whatever, right? Which we all know it is.
Yeah.
Like, let's stop playing this game, like, of being naive. We all know that this is not good. Like, us adults barely hanging on with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
We're definitely addicted to the scrolling alone.
This has had... No, I'm not even beat around the bush. This has effed off people's lives, man.
Let's keep it real.
You know what I'm saying? Relationships, families... For real.
It can be very people can be using it like to corner somebody.
Very seldomly, or I'll just speak for the people I know. I don't know too many people that can honestly say that the truth is Instagram made my life better. I understand that there's an aspect where it does elevate you financially or whatever your business is, but the mental health side, fuck out of here, yo. I don't think it's helping at all.
Not at all.
Like, this thing gets me. You know, I take breaks all the time, and the people that are following my music, they hate it. They hate it because they're like, well, when is he gonna come back? You know what I'm saying? I got them on edge. But
there is that part.
Yeah, because you want to stay consistent. You know, but just the truth of the matter is I don't want to be that consistently on IG. Yeah. That became something later. Like, when I was making music and I was just dropping it and certain platforms were picking it up, people weren't used to seeing a favorite artist every day. Right. They weren't used to just all the time, but now they are. Yeah. And if you're not doing that, you're not really doing it. You know, so it's just become, it's an addiction. Yeah. They need more and more and more. Yeah. Now, I was going to say, it's at a point where if you don't make a music video for every song, the song don't even count. It's like, whoa. Yeah. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I know, right? It's because you're not stimulating me. Like, oh, shit, man. Like,
yeah. I think that people are starting to wake up to it, though. At least that's how I feel about me and my followers. Like, me and my fans, like, I feel like they've always shown in the comments that they've resonated with, like, yeah, social media is an addiction. Like, it's tough. You got to break away. Like,
everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it. Yeah. Exactly. And I think that the more we advocate for it, it just, not even like pushing the message, just like, yeah, that's what it is for me. And you normalize being that type of person who doesn't frequent it. Yeah. And I also think that it gives people a chance to, like, miss you.
Dude, look, you know the Tillies?
Yeah.
None of them have Instagrams.
Oh, I envy it.
None of them.
Yeah, I wish.
The whole time that I've known them, they've never had I think one of them had like a MySpace for a week.
Right. What? That's it?
He was on there for like a week.
Yeah, nah. That's the best thing.
And what I was going to say is, I love being around those people. I kick it around those people.
Yeah.
Way before I kick it around some people who are oh my God.
Yeah. Can't even hold a conversation without looking down.
Man, but
I used to be that person. Just for the disclaimer, I used to be that. So
it gets us all. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had like it reminds me of hearing like an alcoholic or a drug addict story where it's like their lowest point when they were using the drug. It's like, everybody's got it, you know, but I'd rather like when I kick it around those people who don't have social, it feels different. It
does. They're way more aware.
Personable though. It's just they're not addicted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, our brains just need to be stimulated.
Yeah.
Where they're kind of like still of the old way. You know what I'm saying?
You want to know what's something I actually really picked up on after I did like solid runs of social media detox? Mm-hmm. Is, I guess they call it, I got this from Andrew Tate, but TikTok brain.
Shout out Andrew Tate.
Shout out Andrew Tate. Yeah. But TikTok brain is a real thing. And what I noticed was I would have conversations with people that I haven't seen in a while, but we are well aware of like the scrolls because they send reels like, look at this one, look at this. So we know, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. And in conversation, it's like I already have a hard time getting to the point because of ADHD, and I work on it. I really try to get it there, but I can tell in their eyes when I'm talking to the person, they're like, already fading out because they're like because it's like it's not as fast as a scroll and I'm like, I know what this is. And
man, you know, I feel like we're kind of beating a dead. We're gonna keep repeating this because this is just life today. This is reality of what's going on. But in the dating world, I'll tell you this: when you're dating, a man, the majority of us are gonna try to impress you, the woman, right? So we're going to be on our best behavior. Might even be on some fake behavior. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get in the dough, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to try to present ourselves as a man. Yeah. Very hard to look like you're a man when you're addicted to your smartphone.
That's true.
There's nothing really tough about the smartphone. You know what I'm saying? Now, the females, though. Oh, no. They're shamelessly on the phone.
Yeah.
You can tell right away.
Yeah.
Right, as a man, when you sit down with one of these females, you're like, dude, especially after I went to therapy. Yeah. After I went to therapy, I was like, dude, nah, this is much more negative than I thought. And then when I started looking at, like I said, reading some of those books. Yeah. And it started to talk about that behavior. Now that I know, I can't unsee it.
Yeah, it is you can't unsee it kind of thing. Yeah, I feel that.
This is where they messed me up at, man. In the book, it just said literally, it was saying like females who poke their ass out is new. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. For real, this podcast, right? Y'all probably gonna think I'm lying about this shit. I'm not. Poking your ass out. Yeah. Started after like 2012.
Yeah, that's accurate.
So we're changing. Nah, for real. Females.
Yeah.
Check game. And I'm sure that there's things that dudes do.
Right.
Poking your ass out. Not even showing your ass. Just the pose of poking it out.
Turning
straining
sideways.
Your body is a new thing.
Huh.
Bruh.
That's what the book said?
Yeah. Yeah, it's something that came with social media. So you won't find abundance of people in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s poking their ass out. Right. So what the book was trying to say was that is an indicator that the female is a validation addict and it's going to come with some problems. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now that... Don't get me started on the females that are shaking their ass. You know what I'm saying? This is why I said it really messed me up, though. Because the addiction gets worse and worse and worse and worse.
Well, that's how addiction works.
And that's why I said it messed me up, is because you're literally dating an addict.
Yeah.
In 2 to 3 years, maybe even sooner than that.
God, I'm so glad I detoxed.
I think it's gonna. No, you're good. I don't know if you've been in the dark web of Instagram, but it gets crazy out there. You're good.
It gets crazy.
You're good.
It gets crazy.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You went to the dark web real quick. Now, man. Like, ooh.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I try my best. It's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard being a man right now.
Listen, I think that scrolling in general is a direct. I mean, like, I feel like this word. I'm gonna just say this right now. This word is so it ties so directly to biblical whatever. But the flesh,
biblical with
the
these
flesh.
Bitches. Okay.
No, the flesh. Right. That's let's just be real. Like, the flesh operates in a certain way. It desires, it wants, and whether you answer to it or not is up to you. That's what you call free will. But the way that social media works, they understand like nobody's business how that works. So
they hired yes, I do. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it's all right.
In the book, The Dark Side of Instagram, I read a bunch. I read like 6 of these social media, but it wasn't just about social media. It was about how dopamine works in your brain. And I started to get really fascinated with because I had somewhat of a gambling problem. Okay. And it freaked me out. Like, it just wasn't me. And I feel like everybody who goes through addiction, when they're in like the thick of it, it's not really you. No. You know? And so I always was fascinated, for lack of a better word, of what was going on with me. You know, so I started reading books on like how the brain works, and social media. Love that topic. It's been a game changer too, because the dialogue that's going in my brain is 100% different than it was before. Right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it really is like unplugging from the matrix. You have to. Don't like talking about this because it just sounds so like, we're out of it, or like we're holier than other people, or whatever it is. That. But nah, like I was no different. They like so many. It just felt like an ongoing battle. Like I was at war with my phone. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie, if I see a bad bitch, you got my attention for 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Double click. Yeah. Maybe comment. Yeah, like whatever. Like that is the inevitable. If they keep pushing, it's gonna be a moment where you're like, F it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So now we're in a whole different space mentally. Right. But we're operating out of addiction. It is addiction. It is. It is addiction. You have to call it that. Because here's the thing. The reason they're poking their ass out, right? Yeah. Is because they want to stand out. It's kind of like a person who's like, hey, listen, I don't do drugs, but I smoke weed. It's kind of like that. So they're like, hey, look, I don't want to just take a picture where I'm just standing normal. Like, I'm not gonna really get my fix. I need to poke this ass out. Or like some dude's gonna be like, I got a 6-pack, I'm gonna show the world my 6-pack. Right. But it's like my thing is, if you're gonna do adult content on an adult website. Yeah. Not knocking you. That's your thing. There's kids around here though. They're floating around. I respect the people that put on a page 18 and up, and they kind of let it be known, but let's be real, ain't no 12-year-old, 13-year-old caring about that. That makes it more exciting. They're like, ooh, shit, put your shit on private. You know what I'm saying? Put your shit. I have a conspiracy theory. Go ahead. Hey, yo. Let's do this. I'm actually glad this came up. Let's go. I'm actually glad. All ready. Right, if I don't already sound like a crazy person, this is going to do it. Okay. About 10 years ago, I went out for my first SBA loan. Okay. Small Business Association loan. Administration loan. Okay. One of those. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I got it. Boom. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm starting to kind of get my credit right. Everything's doing good. Everything's on the up and up. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I apply for another one that's not that big. Should have got it, right? Get denied. Try to reapply. Denied. My Instagram gets deleted. Whoa. Okay? Here's where it starts getting weird. Instagram gets deleted. Not because of that. It got deleted because it got hacked, right? Right. So Instagram is down. Like I said, I'm not saying this is for a fact. I'm just saying there's something here.
Yeah. Conspiracy.
Yeah. Gotcha. We got the tinfoil on, man. Got tinfoil on. The Instagram is down. It's non-existent. I didn't have an Instagram for like 4 months, right? Apply for the loan. Passed. Okay? Passed. Then I started thinking about the times that I was with females and I was trying to do little businesses with females, nothing crazy, nothing like that. And for whatever reason, the females never would get good SBA loans. Never. They would always get like a fucking 15, 20,000. They would never get big loans. Even after putting like 4 years, 5 years of real solid, good credit, paying everything on time, good credit scores, still denied every single time. So when I got approved, when my Instagram was down, I asked him, I'm like, hey, bro, can you tell me like what the difference is between, I've been with this bank for 10 years. I got denied so many times. And like, I like to know what's doing what, like what's the reason for it? Yeah. Is there something I need to work on?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So he starts telling me, he's like, well, the credit score is the biggest. To
the guy, like, I know that.
Yeah. He's like, we take into consideration like your taxes, your credit score. And then he said they do something called social media data or something like that. It's like social data. It was a broad term like that. Social media data, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So I looked into it. We just stumbled on this topic, so I don't have all of it right here. Okay. Like, it's not fresh, but I looked into how this might operate from the banks.
Yeah.
The banks can do a social media data poll. That's literally what I think it's called, social media data.
Wow.
Right? So they do a social media data poll, which gets everything you do online.
Yeah.
So here's where the conspiracy is.
Okay.
Instagram in its terms and agreements have something called like there's the obvious things of nudity, violence, graphic, all that. What's it called? Graphic material or something?
Content.
Graphic content. But they had something called like innuendos.
What?
Yeah. Innuendos, like provocative poses and
no way.
Yes. So here's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
I know I sound like a crazy person right now.
I mean, I
sound like a crazy person. You have a social media score that Instagram, and it says this in the terms and agreements, Instagram is sending this data
to the
banks. Yes, to the banks. And if you have any of these, it's not a good look for the business. Then I found an article that said the banks changed how they view business loans because of cancel culture, businesses being tanked because of stupid tweets, stupid online posts. Swear to God, y'all can go down the rabbit hole and find this shit for yourselves. They started changing their relationship and how they do business with people who have social media content that violates these terms and agreements, or not even the terms and agreements. There's just things that are graphic on social media.
Yeah.
And if you have those things, because police won't hire you, teachers get fired for posting things like this.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of businesses like lawyers or law firms and stuff that don't play this shit, right?
Yeah.
Which you can argue if it's right or wrong. I'm not giving an opinion on it. I'm just saying what the banks are probably doing, right? So every single girl that was posting that sort of content.
The innuendos.
More than that. More than that. Like more than that.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah. And they would always get denied. She would have the same credit score, same amount of like money going in and out. The taxes wasn't too crazy, but they're kind of more lenient on taxes. You could write off a lot. They're okay. Your taxes don't gotta be crazy good for SBA loans. More so your credit. If you're paying whatever you owe on time, that's where the SBA is gonna like really help out. But also your business idea can't just be nothing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That plays a role in it too.
Definitely.
But for the most part, though, these girls had what they needed and they would get flatlined, like denied all the time. And I'm like, that time that I did not have an Instagram.
Yeah. You didn't have nothing to look up.
Dude, I got a really good SBA loan.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, really good. And I'm like, dude, is this content that the females are kicking out
Yeah.
fucking with their credit? Or with the banks as far as business goes? Maybe not your credit. Mortgages are different. Maybe it's not going to mess with all that. But I think there's some sort of connection.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it.
For real.
I was just going to say, it sounds like whatever that social media check thing, like the background check on social media, whatever that is, sounds legit. And it sounds like that's exactly what they're doing. And I had no idea about that. But yeah, it sounds exactly like it will affect whether or not they approve you. I mean, honestly, it's kind of valid though, because if you are on social media and your presence, are you looking it up? Right
here. Lenders also collect social data to get more of a complete picture of your credit worthiness. In the process, they may even scrutinize your social media presence and post. So it's wise to be aware of this possibility when applying for a loan. I told you.
That's crazy.
I told you.
That is crazy.
Listen.
Looks like you solved your conspiracy.
Dude, nah, I know, right? Seems like it's real.
I don't think that's a conspiracy anymore.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
It sounds like it.
I got denied when I had my social media because I was probably talking about violence, guns, or provocative lyrics, whatever, right?
Didn't meet the bank loans criteria.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I read that they have a score.
Wow.
That they have a score that if you're doing provocative stuff,
it goes down.
It goes down. Mm-hmm. You know, so, and the article was talking about the high risk of a person who posts that type of content is just never good for business because they've seen so many businesses tank with those type of posts. They just don't even roll the dice on them anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so when that happened with me, when I got my Instagram deleted,
right,
and I applied for it, boom, through.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
That
I
would
was
make
expecting
some turbulence.
Because y'all gotta understand. This is how SBAs work. When you try to go for it, you always go for a higher loan. You usually get like 3 pitches, right?
Okay.
So you can go for like $250K.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll never get this, right? Well, I'm not gonna say I went for $250K, but it was the bigger one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was the bigger one. It was the first one, and it passed. Y'all gotta understand, I was getting denied.
Yeah.
And I didn't know why. And I'm like, man, like maybe it's just because I already took out these. But I'm like, why would it be like that if I'm paying them off and everything is good? Mm-hmm. What's their deal? And I never really got a real answer on it until I got approved. And I'm like, what's the deciding factor here?
Whoever that guy is that you asked and he broke it down for you, like there's this thing, social media, and it's like ding.
All he said was we do a social media data poll. That's it.
That would have let me know there. Yeah.
I was like, say no more.
Looks at your last post like
say no more, bruh. But I'm trying to tell you the conspiracy is really with the females who are posting the provocative pictures and they think like, oh yeah, it's nothing or whatever it is. If you're not trying to be an entrepreneur, you're not trying to get a business started, you don't need a real loan, then who cares?
Then this doesn't apply to you.
Keep posting away. But if you're an entrepreneur, this is why I don't believe half of the females when they pop in this whole like I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businesswoman, this and that. Yeah. And they kind of have that allure to them that they're still posting that. Man, some females have really nice photos. Yeah. And I'm good. I'm good with that, but I don't like the why. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
like the motivating factor of doing it.
Yeah.
I just don't see the upside.
So I'll speak from, like, I can only speak for myself, and I have no, I have nothing against what someone else wants to do with their life. But I will say this. The reasons why I took a social media detox was because I knew I learned about myself, and I found out that I'm feeding my ego. I'm giving myself whatever your brain gets when you get a like or whatever. These things seem so minute when you talk about them. Like, oh, of course I don't care about the like, but it's like you got to understand how your brain works.
We all care about the like.
We all
Fuck
care, right? Or the comments, or the certain people. Like you're waiting for that certain like whatever. I went. Oh my God! There's. Like. I am not ashamed to say that there were phases in my life where, you went, man.
Is that phase still going?
No, it's not. Don't get me wrong, though. I will say this. There are certain certain people that if you get, you're like, oh, thank you for showing love. Like, it's more love. Yeah. Because I learned real love.
Social media is weird. It feels real, but then it feels fake. And you're like, I don't know what this is.
You kind of know. I feel like
it's fake. I'm keeping it real.
Or I shouldn't say fake.
It's fake.
It's for show. There you go. It's not fake because obviously there's businesses running through there sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to weed through. You have to weed them out. I
still feel like it's all selfishly motivated.
Well, yeah. It's look at me.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has the highlight reel.
The business is like, how can I trick these people out of $15 and shit?
Yeah, I mean, see.
You know what? I'm just recently got scammed, so maybe I'm still going through the motions of that. So I don't know if I'm bitter because I got burned or whatever it is.
Yeah, like, fuck, this is fake. This is all fake.
But nah. I think a lot of Instagram is a very self-absorbed place. MySpace didn't feel like that, man.
I think it depended on the time that you were using it.
I think that...
Because your generation may have been... it wasn't like that because you had actual outside life experiences happening. So MySpace was really just like, let me text you.
I think that IG is the heroine of the social media.
That's a good way to put it. The heroine. It's like top tier.
AIM was like weed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? MySpace was like Coke. We were like, man, we need another.
Oh my God.
We need to log into MySpace and fucking IG is heroin. Like I can't live without it.
IG is the one. Yeah.
That's why I stay away from it, man. That's why I go on these little like hiatuses and stuff. Yeah, you got to. But, you know what I'm saying? Just like heroin, you got to come back. Social media, how you use it definitely matters. But it's constantly trying to get you to use it more. So it's a battle all the time.
Yeah.
Where, you could use it to be very positive for your life. Sure.
Yeah.
But... if you're not careful with it, or if you don't control, like, or use discernment, self-control, whatever, it'll consume you.
Yeah, I've always wondered something about you though, and you've kind of spoke on this in the last podcast, which is why I feel comfortable to now ask you. But you had shared something along the lines of like you said, now you didn't really do music like that. You didn't jump into it for that. You just did music. And then whatever other business that you handled. Do you feel like you have you're afraid to go all in music because you don't know whether it's gonna sustain you like financially because you're so successful outside of it financially? Like, do you feel, if you don't want to answer that,
You've been listening to the podcast? For real, man. Hey, yo.
I do, so that. I hope that was all right to ask because
no. We've talked about that. We talked about it several times.
Yeah.
I want to give you a real answer.
All right. I'm asking for one, so you know.
Well, I have a habit of sometimes projecting something because I know this is gonna be public.
Right.
But sometimes I project bullshit because I'm like, nope, y'all not getting in. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that.
I feel that though.
I would say that. Because you said financially, right? Mm-hmm. I would say that that's kind of where the rubber meets the road with me.
Okay.
Period.
The uncertainty.
I've looked into the numbers and how to make money in music. You know this because you know how to make money in music and you know what it looks like. A lot of people probably don't know how much I have actually dove into that world. It's very hard to make money. And here's the thing about it is, it's just my opinion. There are very, very wealthy people in music, but it's very few and far between.
Yeah.
If you really think about it,
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, it's very, like the Drakes of the world, very few.
Yeah.
He's very wealthy. Jay-Z, very wealthy. Beyonce, very wealthy. That's like not even, I wouldn't even say it's 1%. It's less than that, man. There's a lot of people that get trapped in the image of money. And they become somewhat more captivated with the allure of the imagery, as long as it looks. And that has a lot to do with social media. That's not just in music.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's a lot of people that just want to look at to get the validation, but then behind the scenes, it's not really like that. And that's going to kill you in the end.
Yeah.
It's going to eat you alive because you're living a lie.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had conversations with Maddie about this, right? And I've talked about this on the podcast. Me and Maddie are me and Maddie are not your typical rappers.
Right.
Come from a different life.
Right.
But we have the same love. Me and Maddie have a lot in common.
Okay.
A lot in common. And we have the same love for music. Does the same thing for us. We're almost like carbon copies of one another.
Yeah.
You know, and he's helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
The reason why I feel like Maddie has saved me from a lot of harsh realities
Wow.
in that life by giving me the real game.
Damn.
The real game. I got a few people like that.
Yeah.
But they don't rap. He raps.
I see what you mean by that.
I've told this story several times. When he hit me up to rap, I thought he wanted to sell dope.
That's how you're like, yeah.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. You guys can look at the timeline. When he got out of prison,
Wow.
I was like, I'm not coming around you, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Because maybe I'm not all the way out of my little whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's still things lingering from my past. And I didn't trust him.
Okay. Okay.
It's just, you have to know who Maddie was to
Yeah.
know that, so you want to rap? Get out of here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
He was dead serious.
He was dead serious.
Dead serious.
Bro, listen, when he released a few of these things, right? Like, because I think about everything, man. He released Known for That,
Okay.
right? I'm like, it's going to take more than that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You just trying to throw people off like you this rapper now. Nah, but bro really was serious.
Kept pushing, still
Yeah.
pushing.
And then we had a serious conversation where he was like, yo, if you don't rap with me, we fighting. We fighting. We
Yeah.
throwing hands at Thanksgiving.
I mean, both of y'all really are so truly talented. Like, for real. Like, it's not up for debate kind of talented, you know?
He surprised me, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, you guys would have to know him before this to really understand how special it really is. You know what I'm saying? Because it really is special, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like he calls me all the time and tries to get me, like, he's like, bro, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
This is what you need to do.
That's the
Stop,
best kind of
stop,
friend
stop.
in music, though.
Yeah.
Best kind.
Yeah.
Your fans are listening right now like, you better listen to him.
Yeah, for real.
I swear.
Call him right now. Call him right now. Nah, look. Like, me and him are so alike.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even want to talk to him because I know he knows. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know exactly what you mean by that.
And I could just talk to him about anything.
Yeah.
I could tell him what I'm worried about, and he's like, dog, me too. Me too. But then he gives me a different perspective. Usually, you know, he's right. I mean, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. You know, like there's some things that I was right about that he was wrong about. But
And vice versa. I'm sure.
But he definitely is on the side of, we don't need to be these rappers that you see.
Yeah.
Get that out of your fucking head. We don't need to be those.
Yeah.
We're who we are.
Gotta be.
You know what I'm saying? And that's that. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to put on this and that or whatever it is and stop thinking about the money. He always says that. Stop thinking about the money. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't.
Yeah, I
can't.
feel you.
That's my problem. I think that to answer your question,
Yeah.
I think that I probably would. See, damn, you actually asked a real question.
It does seem like that's where you are. That's probably why it's difficult to answer it, because it's probably exactly where you are. The on the fence of it.
If you think about it,
yeah.
I grew up in an environment where it was hustle, hustle, hustle. The music is hustle, hustle, hustle. And now I feel like, man, hey, look, I'm doing good for myself.
Yeah.
I got what I would rap about.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and there are times where I'm like, damn, man, I kind of wish I was hungry and I needed to make money off of this, because I would. And that probably answers the question right there.
Right
is I
there.
probably just needed to just let go and just go.
Yeah.
But it's easier said than done. Somebody who's, hey, you're going to give up all that you got just so you could have more time doing what you love. That's a hard thing. It sounds like a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like a no-brainer, but...
Well, then I guess I'm not even trying to be like overly poetic, but this is what came to mind. If you're not doing what you love, do you really have anything? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you, or at least there's a big chunk missing. Because if it's like, I don't think anybody's asking anybody to let go of everything to do what they love. I think more of...
I think the fact that I get to do music when I can't even say when I want to, because I want to do music every day.
Yeah.
I do. That's the truth. But I get to do music. I do have time off where I get to do music. And what's more important to me is that I stay real to me.
I just have another question now, because I'm feeling like I have to ask you this now. Because the truth of the matter is, and I'll say this every chance I get, because it's true, you have a gift in music. There's no argument there. If you had a son who had this undeniable gift, and he was, I don't know, music, hustle, whatever, what would you, undeniable gift, what would you tell your son?
This podcast got so real. My goodness. My God.
Now you're in the hot seat. On the first episode, had me crying.
Hey, yeah.
Man, the tables have turned, haven't they?
Man, that's what I love about this podcast.
Yeah.
It's not fake. It goes where it goes.
Yeah.
And we get demonetized, man. That's just how it goes. See, like, I'm not even. This, let me answer your question, because I was going to dodge that motherfucker real quick.
Yeah, seriously, I felt it. I was like, don't stray away now, because I remember.
You know what? I would never tell my kid to do crime. I would
fair.
never tell my kid to get involved. I just want to get that off the table of that question.
I don't think you would.
I would never promote my kid to go into any hustle sort of life. See, the thing is, I'm going to answer the question. The question is, I would probably tell him to do what he loves. I would, from the jump. I would tell my kid, if I was my kid, I would tell my kid to stop playing around and do what you love.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm like talking to myself right now.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Damn near.
You're a hustler, right? Figure it the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
You figured everything else out.
Bingo.
Figure this out, bro. Do what the fuck you gotta do. Hey, yo, if you gotta sell the espresso maker, not finna happen, but if you gotta sell the espresso maker, don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. Nah.
Right.
Nah, I would tell him to go for it. I would, because I had kind of a rough start with role models. You know, people to show me the way, or people to push me in the right direction. You know, not having my father really involved in my early stages.
Right.
Having the mother that I had, and kind of just being left outside to Vallejo, you're not going to find... I did find great people in Vallejo.
Yeah.
Found them a little too late. You know what I'm saying? It was already too late. I look back, and I've said this on a podcast before, I wish I would have stayed skateboarding.
Oh.
I wish I would have, man, because skateboarding is... You're away from all that.
Yeah.
You know, like skateboarders, they're in some fucking...
They're in
parking
the skate park.
lot. Yeah, they're like away from everything. They're not even on their phone. They're super present. They're just living life. When I put that skateboard down, nothing good happened. And that goes for everybody that was skateboarding with me. Look, me and my brother skateboarded together. High school, it was done.
Yeah.
There was no more skateboarding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Done. I don't know why. It just felt like it was just time to... Skateboarding wasn't cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't the thing that was around us at that time, you know?
Yeah.
But I just wish we would have stuck with that long enough to peep the bullshit of the streets.
Wow.
You know, because those skateboarders, they know it. Those skateboarders
stay out.
They don't buy into that shit.
Yeah.
They don't buy... Listen, me and Chino used to skateboard. Chino was a skateboarder. Me, Chino, Jordan, Justin is Chino. I think his name was Michael. It was me and JoJo used to skateboard.
Yeah.
All of us ended up getting hurt.
Yeah.
all of us ended up getting hurt. JoJo gets shot.
That's crazy.
Chino ends up passing away.
Dang.
Jordan ended up getting stabbed. Just nonstop, bro. Just didn't. Right after that, the drama started. We're in it now. It's over with. There's no backing out now.
There's no backing out.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, now it's on and cracking.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that was the wrong start. And then when you match... To answer your question, I would definitely tell my kid...
Yeah.
Go for what you want to... Go for your dream, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah.
The hustle game is empty. It's empty. We just... Money...
Void of emotion.
Man, like, no passion. There's no real love behind it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you ever get like this is the new jacket, right?
Right.
Felt great when it came in. I'm like, yo, I love this brand, the quality, this and that. But it will fade.
Yeah.
It'll fade, and I'll look for the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Look, there are nice jackets out there when you put it back on. You're like, yo, I love this jacket. But when you have music that lives forever, and it doesn't just help you. This jacket only keeps me warm.
Wow.
The songs I make have helped other people and kept
part.
them warm. You know what I'm saying?
Therefore, never stop doing music.
For real, man.
Stop messing around.
I think I'm here to play around with y'all.
No, but seriously though, I totally understand where you're coming from though, as far as, and I appreciate you, sharing on those two questions that I threw your way.
Man.
But I will say, like, even though, because you had said, like, you obviously, pointing to me, like, you obviously know what it's like to make money. Listen, I won't deny that I've seen success, but that's not for certain. I have seen it drop. You know what I mean?
And that's the reality.
That's the reality.
That's the reality.
And that's the thing that I totally understand with you, is that the uncertainty is real. And the thing that I found, obviously it can go real deep on this topic, but I lean on the fact that it is my gift. And then God's in the mix. I gotta have faith somehow. And I'm like, all right, we're doing this. And if we're gonna do this, we gotta go all the way. Because otherwise, what are you doing? And then the scary moments that happen where it's like that song didn't do so well, and I was really banking on a song to do well, those are scary. And you're like, this is the world we are in with this music stuff. It's like, it's gonna go like this, but if anywhere else in the world I could be, it's still gonna go like this, I'm gonna be in music then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my highs and lows doing music then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, doing what you love. I'd rather die doing what my gift, my purpose, my true passion is. I'd rather go out, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I do feel like music, life in general, man, after going through the motions of doing some of the self-help, I started to realize that a lot of what I was doing was just because I was trying to maintain the feelings that I was trying to deal with the feelings. So I'm like trying all these different things.
Yeah, you're trying to cope.
Yeah.
Music was a coping mechanism for me too, right away. It wasn't I want to do music. It never started that way for me.
But the thing is that I feel like when you're dealing with a high amount of trauma, right?
Right.
Like, here's the thing. Going through therapy, I didn't really realize how messed up I was. And she said that's what everybody says. She's like, that's the one thing that everybody says. You know, but in my experience, the people I've been around have been through like real traumatic experiences, right? So I always felt like, hey, I'm not that bad.
Right.
You know, like I have close friends that's just been through crazy shit.
Yeah.
Just got the brunt end of what Vallejo has to offer, right?
Yeah.
And they need to sort that out as well because it's going to consume them in a negative way. But you still have to fix yourself no matter how heavy it is.
Yeah, I was going to say somebody always has it worse. 100% true. You got to count your blessings. However, somebody always has it worse shouldn't keep you from getting the help you need. Because if you're you know what I'm saying? You can't write your own suffering off just because someone else is suffering more than you. Like, you can't write that off, you know? And I feel like I feel like there is an era where that was heavy of like, hey, suck it up. Somebody has it worse than you. It's like,
oh my God, that's the era I grew up in.
I was going to say. So, dude, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Dude, listen, I used to think that like my father was just the man's man as far as like how he can contain his emotions.
Okay.
Never seen him cry.
Wow.
You know? I heard he cried one time, bro. I heard about it.
Breaking news.
And I heard he cried like when my older sister left home, like it moved out the house. I'm like,
wow.
I moved out like 4 years before that, bro. And he damn near celebrated when I moved. Nah, but yeah, like never really showed emotion. Same sort of thing. My grandfather, and that's kind of what I saw, right? But now I'm like, bro,
right?
You're fucking numb. I'm like, you're like detached. Like, what's your story? But like, me and him been talking a lot more. And like I said, like he's starting to consider like I might sit down and talk with somebody.
I was gonna say, you mentioned that on the last podcast.
Yeah, because it really helps, man. Like if you're gonna listen to this podcast, pretty much what it's gonna be about almost every episode. There's gonna be some sort of self-help because I can't not tell people how much it helped. People that grew up in Vallejo and people that grew up in the Bay, people that grew up in Oakland, San Francisco, you guys have trauma. We have trauma that we don't even know we have. Yeah. Because everybody has it. Period. You know what I'm saying? My whole inner circle has seen violence up close.
Right.
And you know, like I remember some really, when I was probably 13, 14.
Yeah.
And I was sneaking out the house. Going over to the hood, whatever, going to these adult parties, this and that. I seen so many crazy things at those parties. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of them were cool. You know, there's a shout out to Benji from West Vallejo. He used to throw these dope parties in the West. I was probably 13. I was young over there. Young. Super young, man. Super young. Dude. And West Vallejo is different than any other side of Vallejo. West Vallejo is gang banging, especially back then. Especially back then, the early 2000s. Gang banging. Like it didn't even make sense to me. Like when I was seeing it, I was like, am I in LA? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it just didn't even make sense. But I'm saying shout out to Benji because those parties were cool. There were fights and things like that, but it wasn't crazy, man. I remember I went to one party, and I'm not going to get too graphic here, but I went to one party when I was about 14 years old and was hanging around my Mexicans at the time. Mexicans in Vallejo tend to pick a side of the gangbanging. Back in the day, that's how it was. You're either a norteño or you're a sureño. the majority of the people that I was around, I was kind of split 50-50. And then my close boys kind of went the Southsider route. And then once that happens, guilty by association. And it is what it is. But there were these cool people who were Northaniels. They were OGs, much older. We were at this party, and I was the only white boy in there. They didn't know who I was. And I remember they were like trying to intimidate me. They like pulled out a gun and was like, this, they were drunk. It was like, this is my, whatever, primo or something like that. And it was like, make sure, like, is he down? Like, they're just G checking you. That's normal. You know, the drunk uncle, whatever. That night, some people that are, you know, if you are around me, you'll know what I'm talking about just by me saying this, because the whole party felt this way. He had a pit bull, and I'm just going to say he killed it. And I remember the 14, 13-year-old self.
I'm gutted just hearing that.
Being like, I don't want to fucking be here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't cool.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking back then, like, bro, maybe you're not cut for this. And now as an adult, fuck that
was
motherfucker.
That was not cool.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck that guy. Like that there's nothing cool about that. There's nothing gangster about this. Nothing.
No.
But this is back in the day when a lot of like the gangbangers were kind of like tweaked out and they were on like a lot of hard drugs and all this and that. But that shit stuck with me. I remember going to school and being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And it just
it's kind of how
like,
I feel right now.
Oh, man. Man.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at a party when you don't know nobody and there's a dog, you kind of bond with the dog.
Yeah, that was
kind of
me.
what was happening.
Jeez.
But, and there's a ton of things that happen like that in that city. And if we were sitting here and there's a bunch of people that grew up where I grew up at, they would have abundance of stories like that. Abundance. I could do podcast after podcast of regular Vallejo parties that ended up in tragedy and all that. But I say that to say that went somewhere inside of your body.
Yeah.
That's gonna change you.
Yeah.
I
could imagine.
No matter what. Let's just say I wish I would have stayed skateboarding. You know what I'm saying? Because when I quit kick flipping, you know what I'm saying? Bad things happen. Let's segue into something, man.
Sure. You want to light up?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
You want to know what my psychiatrist said that was so simple? She was like, healthy people can talk about anything.
Wow.
So if you can't, listen, like I was having problems. Like, I'm like, dude, every time I try to talk with a certain family member, it just always goes left. She's like, all right, there's trauma there. There's problems there. Something unhealthy there. Period. She was like, name a friend that you know is a friend. Is there problems talking to that person about anything? I'm like, no. There you go.
That's actually crazy.
If you can't talk about it, there's something that you ain't fucking processed yet. There's something that hasn't been sorted out yet. You haven't forgave somebody. You haven't processed something. Something.
That actually makes perfect sense, because that was actually something I had to uncover about with me and music, my relationship with music.
Yeah.
Was I couldn't talk about, at least not thoroughly talk about anything serious or real with like anybody I was close with. I'd rather write about it. I'd rather sing about it. I'd rather write about it, because I can do that. That's way easier.
Me too.
And I think, I totally know that about your music, because that's where a lot of the things you don't talk about are in your music.
Yeah.
Like, and then I feel like that's a normal thing when someone finds music when they're young. Like, they go to vent.
No, another thing that I heard was, if somebody keeps telling you, why do you keep bringing up the past, right? I'm going to break this down and I'm going to butcher it. I'm not going to have everything that he explained with this. But he was like, it's the exact opposite of what they say or what it looks like. When someone says, why do you keep bringing up the past? They haven't dealt with the past. They haven't. If
that the person saying that.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I agree. I went through that.
Listen. Yeah. If you talking to somebody, right, and you say, hey, yo, like back in the day, or this is how you did me, or this is what happened, or this, and they're like, man, why do you keep bringing up the past? The past. I could bring up whatever the fuck I want. You're my friend. Mm-hmm. You're my sister, my brother, my mother, whoever the fuck you are. I can bring up whatever I want.
People can talk about anything.
Yeah. If my friend called me and said, hey, I want to talk about 4th grade. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
like, man, I actually been waiting for this. Mm-hmm. I knew it was you who stole my pen, so I swear to God it was you.
Yeah.
I was just kidding. I was bad.
Yeah, man. Look, anybody that says like, yo, why do you keep bringing this up? Mm-hmm. Why are you triggered that I'm bringing it up?
Right.
What's going on with you, homeboy?
Right. So right there. Yeah, right?
No.
I knew I wasn't able to articulate what I was going through outside of music. But my own music is what let me know I wasn't tripping. Does that make sense? I would listen back to my own songs and knew what I was feeling was real. Because how else? This is how my brain worked and how I understood what I'm doing in music. You know what I mean? When I would listen to my songs back, I'm like, this is how I feel. Right here. Mm-hmm. And if you're asking me to talk to you about it, I might struggle. But if you're really wondering how I'm feeling, just listen to the song. And I know that you know what I mean? Like, I know that
the people that you want to listen to the song don't.
And if they do, they don't want to talk about it with you.
Conversation. I kind of feel them for that, though. To strike up the conversation is the hardest part.
I totally...
To get it going.
Yeah. Them not striking up the conversation with me had more to do with their trauma than it did with the relationship with me. You know what I mean? It wasn't because they didn't give a damn about me.
You're their kid. They should be able to check on anything.
Exactly. And they just didn't know how. And so for that's where my...
Didn't know how or didn't want to. Which one you think it is?
You know, I think it's a little bit of both.
That's the cop-out answer. Okay, good job.
Okay,
yeah.
No, it was definitely didn't want to. What?
I'm gonna tell you this. Like.
No, my parents did not want to. Let's keep it real.
If we talking about my mom, nah, hell nah. My mom knows how to strike up every other conversation. You got me fucked up. Oh shit! And you don't know how to. And you don't know how to strike up this one, nah. Dude. Nah, hell nah. We talking about everything but this. You know what I'm saying? There were a couple of questions talking about relationships. They wanted to hear, how we... Let me actually get the damn message up. I always butcher it.
I feel you, because same.
First they asked, what are we like in relationships? And I said, hey, you got to be more specific than that, homeboy. What are some of the toxic behaviors that we have or have grown out of due to past relationships or current?
That was a long question. Help me out here. Break it down.
What are some of the toxic behaviors that we have in relationships or that we grew out of in prior relationships? Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Would you like to go first?
I almost feel like we should rock, paper, scissors.
Let's go.
Wait. Rock, paper, scissors, go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest about,
We got it on the camera.
We'll figure it out later. Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, go.
What do you got?
I got scissors.
Then I gotta go first.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, that's why.
Toxic behaviors, man. Well, I would say when I was younger, I was definitely extremely, I would say narcissistic. Now that I know what narcissism is, extremely narcissistic. Mm-hmm. Very manipulative. Look, I had a genuine...
This got real right away.
I had a genuine relationship, man, the first time around. First time around, y'all had a genuine relationship. I don't need this... with a girl down the street. How
old?
Yeah, how old was I? 14... Something like that. Okay. I think freshman, like around there. Mm-hmm. I had relationships in middle school, but
right.
I'm talking about the first time I really really felt like, man, like I like this girl.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and
Personality,
I was
all that.
innocent, and she cheated on me. she was a little bit older, yo. And then after that, man, yeah, here I am.
Wow.
The result of that, you know what I'm saying? This happened. No. I got cheated on. Like, this is when I got every dude got to learn the game somehow. You know what I'm saying? It happens to everybody. Somebody breaks you the fuck off. In the very beginning, I feel like I was like, what's that called? Like puppy love or something? Or just like, I feel like I was honest and actually gonna be a good dude.
Right.
Bitch.
Right. Hey, that's crazy though. I feel like that is a lot across the board for men. Like, the first one, if they do you wrong, it's like never again.
Yo,
is it like that?
Yeah, I mean, somewhat. Yo, but this was kind of like one of the.
Never again would I let myself get played like that type of thing.
Like, I remember, like, look, this was like one of the baddest ones in the neighborhood. I remember, like, my boy Nico liked her, and I remember, like a lot of people. I'm not gonna name drop everybody, but like a lot of people were like,
Nico's like, then why me?
I mean, yeah, only you, Nico. Yo, it's me and you going for the same bitch. I won. No, I'm just kidding. Been holding this in. Nah. After how I got done, he probably like,
yeah, you won, my G. You won.
You know what I'm saying? You got it. Nah. She was She was a little baddie in the neighborhood. Light skinned black girl.
Beautiful.
My type.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I just was. I don't think
she
I was.
She taught you a lesson.
Listen. I'm just gonna keep it all the way real. Keep it all the way real.
Right.
I wasn't experienced as her.
Okay. There you go.
That
there
girl,
you go.
and I feel like that was a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we starting to bring back real shit. It's crazy.
It is crazy because I feel it too.
Bitch got me fucked up.
You know what's so crazy is that this is like, because you went first, and as you went, I was like, shoot, I gotta go next, and I was like, dang.
Oh, I got another 45 minutes. You got time.
Let me sit down. Cool. Go ahead.
Nah. Then after that, I just got put on to how everybody else around me was doing it. Just macking. Like, nothing's really like that.
Right.
Then I feel like what happened as far as me moving out so fucking early and then having to be about my hustle, that kind of like stole the show. And that's where I feel like the narcissism and narcissistic behavior and all that stuff, I was just manipulating. And then, I got into the whole pimping thing was kind of big where I was from. It was stupidly normalized. I'm talking about like Vallejo, especially during the days of Mac Dre's early days, like before he caught fire, and just the culture was so pimping. So everything is a hustle. Everything, it's not even a part, it's not even in my mind anymore, man. There's not even this whole like, I'm gonna have this girl and I'm going to be hustling and stuff. No, it's just all going to be a hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's all going to be a hustle. And that's just what it is. And I was in good company. The only people that were showing me something different was the American Cane people. Right. That was it. Everybody else was doing a little bit of everything where I was at. And when I would see something different, it was just not me. Like, nah, like we hustle. Yeah. And underneath that hustle was toxic as fuck. Like, in the early days of me, I put those girls through hell. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Hell, verbally. Verbally, man. Like, yo, that's how we was raised. The way I looked at it was, if you're a female, you want to get money, so do I. Let's see if we could work this thing out from more of like a business, like, sort of thing. I don't want to be constantly manipulating you and all this and that. Doesn't make me feel good. Right. You want to get money? I want to get money. Let's get money then. All right. You want a relationship, and then you kind of want to do this, and you kind of want to do that. Get out of my house, man. Look, do you want to make money? That's the only thing that matters. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's it. All roads.
That was the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, but that, according to my therapist, and I believe it to be true, this is my way of dealing with I'm okay. Because I'm getting money. Yeah. Everything's good. everything's good. I'm fine because I'm getting money. You know what I'm saying? The second, listen, I never was like a...
Your therapist is good.
Dude, what? Well, I had to go through like 3 of them to find her.
Same here. I feel you. Go on, though.
That was my way of projecting out to the world that I was somebody. That, yo, listen, I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, what I was around, you had gangbangers, didn't want to be that. That didn't even make sense to me, to be real with you. I'm not knocking you if it's your thing, but that just never made sense to me. Like, we just gonna be running around here creating problems just that are already established.
Yeah.
Wasn't my thing. I have to love somebody. If somebody that's my dog gets hurt, that's what happens, I'm in. But I'm not just going to be like, hey, hold on. What do you got on? Oh, you're the enemy. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That just wasn't my thing.
Right.
And violence, you know, being the shooter and all this and that and being this, that really wasn't my thing either. Money made me feel good.
Yeah.
And I seen the shooters and all the violent people, when shit really go down, they call the hustlers. Yo, like, I seen all roads always led back to the money. All of them. So I was like, listen, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. And I started to see success with it. And
which will do it right in. It'll just seal it.
Yeah. But you know, when you're a kid, you think that money's going to last forever. Like when you, like when I got my first like 10,000, I was like, I'm going to be rich forever. Like, this is never going to stop. I'm just going to do that one thing again.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That one thing. Like, I figured it out. Like, what a fucking, like, little fucking narcissist. What the fuck? Like, I'm the genius. You know what I'm saying?
Way.
I thought I figured out all the answer to, like, my family's problems. Like, I'm like, yo, I got it. I got it. Because, like, just to be real, I started to really identify as this. Like, I really started to like take pride in to myself. I wasn't out there like, yo, like I wasn't very flamboyant, very behind the scenes. And I identified with that. And so the females that liked me, they identified with that. Not really me. They didn't really love me. They loved what I was doing. Like I said before, I kind of believed that everybody was getting money. To this day, man, I talked to a friend E. E used to be so stingy with his money. Me and him was hustling together, right? He had his own little way of doing it. I had my own little way of doing it. I swear to God, this dude, and I kind of still think he might, like, had buried like millions or something like that, bruh. For real. I used to tell him all the time, I'm like, blood, you keeping me on my toes over here, bruh. Like, I swear to God, like, dude, we would have like friendly competition between the people who was getting
healthy.
money.
That's healthy.
Yeah, it's kind of like in Paid in Full, they were all sitting at the table and they kind of joking around about how they not getting money when they eating Chinese food.
I think
he's like, no soy sauce for you, whatever. Like, no. It was like that when you hustling with everybody. Like, yo, how much you clocked today, or like whatever it is, like what you got on you, Like, I used to think, because this dude would just show up kind of like me, like just white tee, blue jeans, not really too much. In his house wouldn't have too much, and he was known, like, I don't even want to put bro business out there, like,
all right.
But he was known for being stingy. Let's just put it that way. He was known for being a little stingy. And I'm like, this motherfucker probably got it. I used to be in there telling, he don't even know this shit. Actually, he do know this shit, because I would tell him. We drink together, we get hella drunk. I ended up telling him all this shit. I'd be like, y'all be in there talking to these bitches like, we need to step it up. We need to stop, because I don't know what he got. I don't know what he got, you know what I'm saying? But I'm competitive, and he better not have more nuts. I guess what I learned was I was a piece of shit. That I was hurting, that I had problems, that I had things that I was dealing with. Yeah. And I think there was like times where the females would have like a family life. I didn't have any of that. Yeah. Like, it was cold and lonely for a while. You know?
You weren't shown how to do that properly.
Yeah. And the only warmth I was getting was from the hustlers, D-boys, and all the people I was around. Right. So I'm like, I'm gonna stay here. Yeah. Like, I would even feel out of place around other people that I knew had healthy families and this and that. Even when I lived with the Mexican family, I would get out of the way. Like when they would have these family moments and all that, they didn't care that I was there anyway. I just felt like, I don't know if I could even receive this. Maybe it triggered me because I didn't have it, or
I
brought
could
up
see
memory.
that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, so
And
the
that's
girls
real.
would have some of that, yeah, I just didn't relate to them, and I wasn't emotionally fuck it. I wasn't, that.
Emotionally available.
Available.
There you go.
Oh, shit, boy. What's going on? But yeah.
Nah, that's...
What's a toxic,
Oh shit, it's my turn. Oh no. Getting into a relationship, I believed that would solve my problems. Whatever my problems were coming up as. Anything that was uncomfortable of an emotion that I didn't like feeling, my
Are you one of those people that puts everything into the relationship?
Oh my God, everything.
Damn,
everything.
Damn.
But see, what I found out was the toxicity came in where I put everything, but because I put everything, I'm expecting how I envision this to go. And if it's not how I envision it, then it's wrong.
Yeah, you put everything and expect everything.
Yeah, but everything how yes, because the truth of the matter was, a person could be giving their everything, but because it doesn't look the way I thought it should look, it's wrong.
Yeah.
So I learned that, for one, didn't know how to love properly because I wasn't shown the proper kind of love. And that's just the truth. So there was that to uncover. And then it was what you hardcore believe. Core belief. Those are different. Those aren't thoughts. Those are core beliefs. When you believe you know what love is, how it's supposed to feel, all that stuff, and whatever you believe in, you just like, there's no telling you otherwise that what you feel is not real. Like, what you feel is so real.
Real to you.
Real to me.
Yeah.
That it didn't matter what somebody told me. Until when my life went left, the people who were still by my side, when I thought I was nothing, like when I'm like, I've lost and burned every bridge, the people who stayed there and was like, we're going to see you through this. That's when I found out what love was.
Yeah.
And then, now fast forward to getting the help and then learning about how I was in relationships, I could say 100% narcissistic traits. But I also could see this little girl, super sad, that her world was like falling apart. So she thinks getting into a relationship is what's going to fix it, make it all feel better. That's the belief. So now you mix that with believing whoever you get into a relationship with is the one. You know what I mean?
Trauma bond.
Yeah. It's exactly what that is exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. But I will say this. In healing, I also found out that I was also abused, like vice versa. The trauma bond went both ways for real. But
hold on, you was abused by someone in a relationship?
Emotionally and narcissistically abused, yeah.
Like how was it?
A lot of gaslighting. Like a lot, yeah. And like I don't,
what your problems weren't nothing. Like they were like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah, because it was such a psychological, like, messed me up. My music took a turn, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And relationships.
Yeah, it was hard for you to start creating again.
Yeah, like I was just thrown off. I don't even know what place I was in. You know, I didn't know how to feel anymore. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to feel anymore.
Yeah, you got your heart broke.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, because you found out that somebody was basically playing with you, manipulating you,
exactly,
taking advantage of you.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And so.
For the first time too, right?
Yeah.
The first,
the first time.
No, that hurt.
Because most of my trauma came from the abandonment of my mother and my mother all around kind of being, and we spoke on this on the last podcast, my mother being narcissistic, probably has the actual narcissistic personality disorder. Because of that, there is a giant void of motherly love. Giant void.
I could relate to that, yeah.
Going on to even my stepmother continues to be, it's the truth, a giant void of motherly love. She has her reasons. That's not what I'm talking about, but giant void. I'm searching for this missing piece. Mm-hmm. That's where I feel like I was confused. And I said the tears wouldn't come back, but they're back. Like, I'm searching for that. So I'm finding it in females. I never once thought to myself, yep, I'm gay. Only like females. I've never felt that. But I felt strong attraction to a female.
Towards certain females.
Towards certain females, yeah. That gave me attention that I never got. Attention. That's how bad the void was even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's
got
as
you almost desperate for it.
Exactly. And I'm like,
you'll take whatever you can get.
I mean,
I didn't mean it like that. Like,
not whatever.
Wherever it's available, you're somewhat attracted
yes.
to it.
Where, yes, exactly. And yeah, I couldn't agree on that one. Whatever you can get.
Whatever you can get. You know what I'm saying?
I have standards to a degree. You feel me? They got better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and like I said, I've never ever spoke on this because I know that world is so complex. So my opinion stayed my opinion. My experience stayed private with me for so long because I don't know who relates to that, but that's been my experience. And because of that, that's why I'm continuing to stay single, because I'm still figuring things out for what they really are, what I'm really doing things for. So I'm no longer dating to fill a void. That's off the table for me right now. Yeah. You know? I mean, don't the light's not off, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm
Did I stay on topic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we can talk about whatever. Anything you don't want to answer, yo, we don't give a fuck about this monetizing.
Right. But yeah.
Like, I'm not doing nothing for views, yo.
Right.
If you want anything taken out, you want anything like I don't give a fuck.
I appreciate that's the real safe
space. The Mac
space.
Talk Podcast. This is where we are headed nowhere. Okay, so we ain't got nothing to lose, yo. We shadow banned before we even got out. Yo, we playing with Monopoly money right now, man. This shit don't even count, man.
Going nowhere. Don't say that.
Yeah, this the Mac Talk Podcast,
ain't
man.
Going nowhere.
Demonetized podcast, bro.
Demonetized don't mean going nowhere.
I wanna ask you something though, because
right.
we don't really.
That was
talk
real
about this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And most of our conversations have to do with music.
They do.
Fun conspiracies.
Sorry, after the tears, I had to check my lashes.
All good. You want to take a break?
No.
You sure?
Yep, I'm cool.
Want some water? You got
I'm
anything?
cool, yep.
You hungry? You want some?
I'm cool. How about you?
Shit, I'm good. Girl, I'm in my house.
Well,
what you finna do, yo? You finna go get...
You know, sometimes you have to take a hint whether they're saying, like, can we take a break? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. I was gonna ask you,
yeah.
So, would you consider yourself gay?
No. But I guess in the terms of it, you know, I mean, see, even that, I can't, you know, I know people agree with this stance, but I really can't, with the labels. I'm bi.
Oh, okay.
I'm lesbian. I can't. You're begging me. You know what it is? I got cornered one time to answer it. And ever since then, I hate it.
Who the fuck was this person? Who was this?
Like, I want you to say you're gay. I want you. Yeah, low key. Yeah.
Hold on. So I'm hoping to God that this is a girl.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, who is this?
Right. Oh no. Right. That would not make sense.
Who is this?
Well, that wouldn't make sense at all. That wouldn't make sense.
Maybe some weird fetish like, yo, I want to with a gay girl.
Stop.
Here's the weird thing is somebody else worried about somebody else and who they're fucking is weird.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Worrying
that goes
about
for
it.
the straight people that obsess about gay people. Mm-hmm. That's weird. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the people that want to make sure that other people aren't this or aren't that. Yo, it
Right.
that's just strange.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
what are you? But can we get closure on this and that? Your fans have hit me up and been like, "Can you just tell me, is she this or is she that?" I've never said a word, but y'all owe me one, man. Y'all, I went covert on this mission, man.
You kind of did, man. I'm not gonna lie.
You opened all that up by yourself. Watch the tape.
I did.
Watch the tape.
No, I did. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it because there's no other. Like, listen.
You're very strong for doing that.
I appreciate that.
That takes balls.
I appreciate that, and
like, you gotta have a lot of heart to do that.
I really do appreciate that, and I want to add that, you know, I wanted to end it on like. Now it seems a little just corny, but what I really just wanted to say was like to the people who whatever, like, were confused or whatever you are, if you are, whatever. Find out what real love is, and wherever you find that, that's between you and that person. Because when it's real love though, that's why it's so important to heal. Because you might have been shown a version
Fake
of love. Exactly, and not know it. Yeah, and you deserve to feel you deserve to feel what real love feels like. I don't know how it's going to show up, but there is a difference between fake love and real love. And when you find that, when you find that, like I'll say, am I going to say this? Yeah. If I ever came into a time in my life and I just found like hella real love in another female, and it really just checked off every box in my entire life, I'd be open to it. You know what I mean? But
well, and there you have it.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna, if it's real,
okay, so you're like bi. Like women could be bi.
I mean,
but if you're a dude, no. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So wherever you know
what I mean?
You can get it. You know what I'm saying?
It's never
take whatever you can get, so you never change.
No, but I will. Hey, I'm gonna say like this though. I'm gonna say like this though. Where I'm at in my life right now, what I found out on the times that I have been in a relationship of some kind with a female, me personally now in my life, it feels toxic to me. And how I operate, it feels toxic for me to go that route. And that's just my experience right now. So right now, yeah, this is something I'm learning about myself. It feels like I need what only a man can offer. You know what I mean?
Damn. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I could imagine that there would be a difference. You know what I'm saying? I could imagine that.
There's a big difference. I've dated, you know what I'm saying, males, and there's definitely a difference. Like,
what's the biggest difference? True
security. I've never felt like the truest of truest security, but actual existing.
You about to piss some people off, man. What you mean?
Let me say this.
You don't
true
think
security
them
of what
secure you?
It's not that I don't think that they could.
You don't. It's the fact. You ever had a bona fide? You know
it's what I feel in the difference. I've never felt it's a male presence.
Somebody gets mad at you right now for speaking on this. You know, fuck them.
Right.
You know
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, you like who you like.
Yeah.
You got a preference.
Yeah.
All this little, hey, yo, be careful you don't offend this, that, whatever. Huh? What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're gay. Yeah. Okay. All right, yeah. Yeah, we got to the bottom of that. Look at that.
Listen, like I said, it feels toxic.
Yeah.
For me. Hello, if you weren't paying attention to the story, I was trying to fill a void. So the route that I took was to only try to fill the void. You feel me?
Yeah.
And now I'm healing, so I'm filling it myself. And now it's like,
They
you know what I'm
filling that
saying?
void. All right, yeah, all right.
Huh? Who filling the void? No, they were. That's what I thought.
Whoever you want to fill the void. Who is filling the void?
Okay.
You need a void filled.
I just had to make sure you weren't solidifying who when you said they.
Man,
I was like,
who
you talking
cares?
about? All right, exactly.
Who cares? Yo,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who
On
cares?
Monday, you might like whatever,
Right.
man. Yeah.
And let me tell you like this: there are. See, this is there's.
Get it all out, man. Damn, come on. I'm tired of you piecing out these little crumbs, man.
You know what? Leave it.
What?
Leave it.
No, get it out.
I was just gonna say, there are beautiful women out there, like beautiful.
What, you thought we wouldn't agree with that on this podcast?
No, I knew.
Man?
Of course, I knew we would agree with that, but I don't know if I wanted to.
Oh, we can talk about bitches on this podcast? Yeah, we talking about, man, what? We could do that? Yo, the baddest ones be the worst.
Man, no, but so like, yeah, nah. I won't even add to that. I gotta stop.
I'm just saying, man, like for real. I like a woman who has a passion.
Yeah.
I love a woman who's an artist because you get to have conversations like this. You know what? I said this. If I were to get into another relationship,
Yeah.
you know what I would do?
What?
Every 3 months. I wouldn't make it, to where it was a little bit overbearing or feel like a fucking job. But every 3 months, like quarterly, like taxes, I would go to therapy. I would. Well, right in the beginning.
I feel you.
Right in the beginning. Listen, if you think about it, the
that's
second
smart.
that you start getting involved with somebody, it starts getting real.
Yeah.
Like the second.
Yeah.
And the older you get, the more it feels like a fucking business deal. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. When you're young, yo, it's like just like I love you, you love me. Let's conquer the world.
Right.
When you get older, it's like, yo, you got a 401k? Man, what you got, man? Shit. How many baby daddies? You know what I'm saying? Ooh, 3 kids. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It starts becoming kind of like a fucking business deal, yo. You're like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can offer.
rolling the dice?
I'm a pass. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bruh.
Not the.
Bruh, like.
I'm a pass.
You over here fighting, feel like a Shark Tank over here.
No, but
like.
see, so like I would say, because we're talking about healing and all that, that's self love right there. Because you're like, hold on, I'm not just gonna be with just anybody. You know what I mean? Like I love myself too. You know what I'm saying? That's self love.
Yeah. Well, yes. But I feel like after 3 months of being with somebody,
Yeah.
like the relationships that I have started, there's been a few of them that's been around that. And if I would go into therapy after 3 months, we would probably work through the shit. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? People getting therapy 5 years into a relationship. You want to work out 5 years?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Bro, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a lot.
That's a lot of everyday trauma, toxic bullshit, yo. Mm-hmm. Imagine if you just went in after 3 months and just said, look, even if everything was good, I think I'm doing
guidance.
that.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing that because I want to, for one, I need to know that I'm not tripping in a relationship.
Right.
I you know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
I would like to have some mediator to just make sure that we're on course. I don't like fucking off time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
I don't like
can't
that.
waste time.
So baby girl, if I'm into you,
right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to be going on dinner dates, all this and that, vacations possibly. But when that 3rd month come, sit your ass down in this therapy office and figure out the bullshit you've been doing the whole time and realize you got a real one next to you. You know what I'm saying? Figure out all the things you doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Tell this bitch. I did the therapist for a while. Mm-hmm. Didn't work. I just felt like I felt like I knew almost the same amount as her. It just didn't feel like she was that educated.
Right.
Finally, look, money talks, man. It's just like anything else. You kind of get what you pay for. Mm-hmm. When I started getting involved in the psychiatrist, right? Mm-hmm. Like, this girl gave me the feeling of, we're going to get to the fucking bottom of this.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't matter what was going on. We were going to try different things. If she couldn't help me, she was going to point me into the direction. Like, it felt like she's done this a million times. Just start talking. You get yourself a badass psychiatrist. You walking in there.
Both
and
of you guys.
Yeah, you saying, hey, listen, man. The girl doesn't do this. And she's like, hey, well, he's not doing that. We all just start talking. Mm-hmm. And now we have a real clear picture of what's really going on.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you can make an educated decision whether y'all want to keep fucking with you or not.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
If this is the deal breaker or no. Like.
Exactly.
Right.
You know,
right.
I think I'm going to do that.
That's genius.
Every 3 months, yo. We're going to do taxes and therapy, yo.
Boom.
Taxes and therapy.
That sounds too legit. This is how we live life now.
I swear, listen. I used to run from accountability. Mm-hmm. You know?
Same.
But now, yeah. And sometimes I still do.
Right.
Sometimes I still do.
No, you have to call it out. I'm bullshitting right now.
But in a relationship, though, I know that my best self, deep down inside, wants to have a healthy relationship. Want to have kids.
Right.
I don't care how I'm fucking feeling, yo. I don't care. Mase, I don't care. Be a good husband. Be a good father. Get that in the bag. Die clean. Mm-hmm. Be happy about what you left behind as far as your legacy. Get it done. So if you got to sit your bitch ass down in therapy, Mase, that's what we doing, yo. Period.
No, period. I feel that. I felt that. No, that was too real.
Yeah. And we just going to end on that, man, because it's about time anyway, man.
Yeah.
We are going to keep these things going like some of you have asked until she leaves. And then maybe we'll keep them going when you're in California.
All right.
Bounce back and forth like that. And
hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
If everybody is still here, we love you. Please show love, like, comment, subscribe. We ain't going nowhere with this channel anyway, but we appreciate it. As
Definitely
always, man.
Appreciate it.
Stay savage. It's a war outside. Peace.